Shwmae, croeso i'r ail wers. Welcome to the second lesson on the theme Dwyieithrwydd bilingualism. This lesson consists of 3 tasks. Iawn ten, let's make a start and take a look at task 1. So let's read the instructions and work it out together. The task is to read the Welsh speech bubbles and boxes which will appear on the next slide. The reading task itself wants you to work out who said what. We want you to write the names of the people next to the Welsh phrases. So if we move on to the next slide, which consists of the speech bubbles. You have someone called Sam, Siwan, Ben, Cian, Sian, Twm, and Marged. The people are discussing Dwyieithrwydd bilingualism. It would be a good time for you now to pause the video and read the speech bubbles. So the opening task is to work out who said what in the speech bubbles. Read the information below and write the name of the person who said what in the first column under the title Enw. So let's read the information together. Rhif 1, number 1, mynd I ddosbarth Cymraeg. If you scroll back, reread and work out who mentions going to a Welsh class and put their name next to number 1, Rhif 1. Rhif 2, gwylio S4C, gwrando ar sain Abertawe. Rhif 3, chwarae gemau yn Gymraeg, bingo, Scrabble, Monopoly. Rhif 4, canu caneuon yn Gymraeg. Rhif 5, gwersi coginio yn Gymraeg. This information can also be found on Tudalen 6, page 6 of your Dwyieithrwydd booklet. We want you to fill the names in and wait until it has been marked and returned to you before you redraft the answers correctly into the Dwyieithrwydd booklet. Moving on now to task 2. We want you to reread the speech bubbles. This task is to translate the speech bubbles and boxes into English. You don't need to scroll back to the previous slides to find the speech bubbles, as they are on the next slide for you. So let's read the speech bubbles together. The first speech bubble. Helo, Sam ydw I. Bob nos Fercher dwi'n mynd I goleg Sir Gar I ddosbarthiadau Cymraeg. Dwi'n mynd gyda fy ffrind James. Yn fy marn I, mae Cymraeg yn sgil da i'r dyfodol. Scanning over to the second speech bubble. Shwmae, Siwan ydw I. Dwi wedi dysgu siarad Cymraeg a dwi'n gwylio rhaglenni fel S4C I helpu gyda'r iaith. Hefyd, dwi'n gwrando ar sain Abertawe ar y radio yn y car. Hoffwn I gael gwersi coginio yn y Gymraeg. Fy enw I ydi Ben. A rydw i'n mynd I ysgol gynradd Pontyfrenin. Yn yr ysgol, dwi'n canu caneuon Cymraeg fel lliwiau'r enfys. Dwi'n mwynhau. Bore da, Cian ydi fy enw I. Dwi ddim yn gallu siarad Cymraeg, ond dwi wrth fy modd yn chwarae gemau Cymraeg gyda fy mhlant, fel Monopoly Cymraeg, bingo a Scrabble. Maen nhw'n hwyl. And let's not forget the box where people are giving their opinion, their barn am ddysgu Cymraeg. Sian says, mae siarad dwy iaith yn dda i'r CV. Tom, mae'n sgil da i'r byd gwaith. And lastly, Marged, mae'n wastraff amser. So the task is to translate the speech bubbles and the boxes into English, into Saesneg. The next slide provides you with some help. If you take a look at the last two speech bubbles, some of the key vocabulary has been translated to support you. Dyfodol, future. Rhaglenni, programmes. Caneuon, songs. Then in the yellow speech bubble, some sentence structures. Mae'n nhw'n, they are. Hoffwn I gael, I'd or I would like to have. We would like you to translate the original version, which is the Cymraeg version, into Saesneg onto this slide here. This would be a good time now to pause the video in order for you to complete task 2 before we move on to looking at task 3 for today's lesson. So task 3 is a writing task whereby we want you to create your own bilingual profile. We need you to write in full detailed Welsh sentences and obviously to focus on your sentence structures and spelling. Please take note of the reminder not to use Google Translate for this task. We would rather see you use prior knowledge and also go back and look at the speech bubbles created by people such as Siwan, Sam, Ben, Kian, and maybe pick and select some key sentences from their work that might help you. So let's take a look at the profile itself. We would like you to write a full sentence explaining what your name is, enw, oed, byw, and ysgol. You could combine ysgol gyfun and ysgol gynradd here. Gwallt a llygaid, hoffi, ddim yn hoffi. Try to use a bit of sophistication using some idioms here and reasons. And the last 2 sections are relating to dwyieithrwydd. Pethau da am ddwyieithrwydd, as you can see translated, good things about bilingualism. And lastly, barn personol am ddysgu a siarad Cymraeg. Personal opinion about learning and speaking Welsh. Diolch.